Okay, so in this video, I want to talk about preparing for the service visit, mainly researching your customer. Um, I want to talk a little bit more about Joe Girard, the guy who's got the world record for the most cars sold in a year. He did this back, I believe it was 1973, and no one has yet to beat it yet. Like, isn't that ridiculous? Like 40 years later, no one can beat that record. And he didn't do this through wholesales of cars. He didn't do this through slimy sales techniques. He did this with his secret weapon of building relationships. See, that is the key to any sales. In order for me to buy from you, I need to know you, like you, and trust you. And he did this in the 70s before we had email marketing, before we had social media, before we even had really internet that was widely used. And so how did he achieve this? He used old school mailers. And he sent mailers to all of his customers, thousands of them every month. He sent them newsletters. He sent them birthday cards. He just sent them letters saying, I'm just thinking of you. And he built relationships with them so that when there was time to buy a car every 4 years, there was no one else on their name, no one else on their radar, that they would buy a car from. In fact, in his later years, you had to book an appointment if you wanted to come buy a car from him. Now think about that. What car dealership you know right now that says if you want to come buy a car, you got to come and put your name in for an appointment to do a test drive? We can't just drop in here and visit us. No one. But yet he was able to build that. Now, we have a huge advantage today that is being neglected, that is not being used properly, really by just about every shop. There are very few that I see using this, and they're killing it because they're building a personal brand. They're not hiding behind their logos. They're not hiding behind the shop's social media accounts. They are putting their profiles on the line. They are friending their customers. They are having conversations with their customers so that they are front of mind. When the customer needs an oil change, when the customer breaks down, there's no one else that they're going to call but you, because they have a relationship with you. So I am suggesting that you, as the service advisor, stop hiding behind the company logo, stop hiding behind the counter, and get personal with your customers. And you will be so greatly rewarded in those relationships built. Okay, so how do we get into that? Okay, so what I want you to do is I want you to take 15 to 20 minutes a day. Okay, this is not going to be a time suck. This is not something like, oh, I don't have hours a day to do social media. No, 15 to 20 minutes a day. Set the timer if you need to. Do it when the shop closes and you have some time. Do it early in the morning. Get in before the shop opens, before everyone starts getting busy and has requests out of you. 15 to 20 minutes, okay? I want you to start friending your customers. Go through your management system, find the customer of yours, friend them on Facebook, okay? I want you then to see who's coming in today or tomorrow. If you're planning a day ahead, great. Find them on Facebook and look at their profile, at their wall. What is going on in their lives? What are they communicating with people? What are they wanting to share? What are they looking for attention on? Okay? I've had someone ask me, isn't that creepy? Aren't we stalking them? Look, if I post something on Facebook, it's because I want people to engage with it. Any of us are the same. And so the fact that you engage with that you like the post, you heart the post, you comment on the post, you share the post, whatever it is, you're giving the attention that the person wants. You're giving them a feeling of self-worth. So then what happens when you see that Mrs. Smith's son, Johnny, won the soccer tournament, and she walks into the shop, and you give her such a great greeting. You say, "Hey, Mrs. Smith, how you doing? I saw your son Johnny just won that soccer tournament. Oh, that's so awesome. How did you feel about that?" She's ecstatic. She's dropped her guard. This is not about coming to the auto repair shop who's going to turn around and just like talk business and, you know, have a bad experience. This is my friend at the front counter who's wanting to know about my personal life and service me well. Okay? So in the additional time, after you've done a few research on the customers that are coming in, you use the rest of the time to just go through your wall and your feed, because your customers, as you've engaged with them, should start coming up in your feed. And throughout the weeks and months between their visits, the odd like and heart and comment and share of their posts builds your relationship. Again, Joe Girard could not do this in the 70s. He had to do physical mailers and hope that was enough. He had to take clients out for dinner. He had to do things to try and engage with them. And it cost money and took a lot of time. You can do this in 15 to 20 minutes a day, but it takes some manual effort. There's no quick automated way of doing this. And I want to just, again, really emphasize, you cannot say marketing is the shop owner's job or the marketing department. If you want to have successful sales at the front counter, if you want customers to keep coming back to you, if you want customers to spend more every time they're there, it's all about the relationship that you have with them. And by doing this and solidifying these relationships, you will be such an asset for this shop. Your boss will pay you more because of the results you're getting, because of the relationship you have. And I will just quickly explain, give you an example of how that has worked with me. I have been doing some online stuff for a while now for the business. I friend shops all the time, shop owners, and communicate with them on social media. I try to engage. And when I go to conferences and trade shows now, I'm very recognizable. And I'm not saying I'm the most popular man in the room, but when you go to a conference room and someone yells at you, "Hey, Mike," and they see you and they want to say hi to you, because there's been a relationship that has started. And so you want that same thing when people come to the shop, when people see you walking downtown or wherever you are, that they want to shout out your name and say hi, because they really know you, they really like you, they really trust you, they trust you with their car, they trust you with their money. So that is my big video on customer research and building the relationship. I can't emphasize enough how important this is above everything else in the sales stuff that we're covering. You need a strong relationship with your customers and be open to building that, and you'll become indispensable for the shop. With that, we'll catch you on the next video.